Good morning, good morning. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Testing 1, 2. Well, I guess we're trying to do a weekly madness and have a one every week. I wasn't going to do one last week because of the how busy I've been at work, my day job. And then Charlie Kirk got shot, and then I felt compelled to do one, and well, here we are again. By the way, I have a very uncomfortable chair. Like Jerry Maguire's mentor always said, or maybe it was his dad, I wish they had given me a more comfortable chair. I wish I had a more comfortable chair after all those years of work. This is a new chair, but it's not very comfortable. In other bummer news, the stand I use to hold my phone, it was kind of fancy. You can scroll on it and it would zoom in and out, and it would pan to the right, pan to the left. Well, it's broken. So you may have noticed my last post, my phone was on a stack of books, which I didn't notice till after I posted it. I'm like, great. And now this, today here, I'm coming at you on a box. Want to see it? There's the box. So, having 580 subscribers is not as glamorous as it used to be. That's all I'm saying. Kind of sick of talking about this stuff, but I don't know if we're done with the topic. Let me share it this way. I think this channel, see him? Radical Metal. It's not AM. It's not AM. It's RM. Radical Metal. Radical Metal. By the way, these hats, people want these hats. And I emailed the people that run the merchandise, and they don't like to email me back, and it's getting very tiresome, and I might have to find somebody else. But they're not on there for some reason. I tried to upload it again, and it won't let me. But you can get shirts and all that stuff. It's just the hats. I have a problem with the hats. Even this hat, they emailed me, and they're like, well, we can't do it exactly like you had it. I'm like, okay. I was like, so do you approve this way? I said, yeah. I'm like, do it. And they did it, so I don't know what the issue is. But back to Radical Metal. I want this show to be a de-escalation agent. I want this show to be part of the voice that's trying to de-escalate things in the atmosphere. Some people are doing it. There's some ambassadors of Radical Middle that I don't talk about often. I don't know why. I just haven't. But like Bill Maher, I don't agree with him on everything. A lot of things. He's wrong about Bitcoin, for one thing. But I would call him an ambassador for Radical Middle. As an example. There's other ones that also fall on different places in the spectrum. I guess the sliding scale from right to left. But Sam Harris, I think he's another one. Ambassador of Radical Metal. Maybe a little more left these days than right. But I think they would agree that now it's time to de-escalate. And so I guess I want to play our small role, whatever it is here. And the way I've been, the direction that I think I am taking is to address folks who are doing what I used to do, at least today. What did I used to do? Well, I used to rage post. And I guess I've learned some lessons from it. And as I share them, maybe you just ask yourself, one, did you ever convince anyone who wasn't already convinced of your way of thinking? Have you ever convinced anyone? Out of the years I did it, and I was pretty active with it, I had never convinced. I don't think I've ever convinced one person. People are already in their bubble, in their. I'm so sick of this phrase, but echo chamber, blah blah blah. So by you posting on, say, on Facebook, and again, I'm not like picking on you who post on Facebook things that may escalate. I'm saying it from experience because I used to do it. And I'm genuinely asking a question. When you post those things on Facebook, do you think anybody has changed their mind? Do you think anybody has felt a call to action and done anything? I would argue that it's unlikely that any of that has happened. It's unlikely. I'm not saying it can't happen, but I think it's unlikely anyone is doing anything good because you post something on Facebook saying your opinion. Now, did it make you feel better? I think there might be an element of that. I think there's an element of relief to be like, look, I feel this way about this, and now I want to share it. Share it with the world. And I don't care what you think about it. Maybe there's some kind of satisfaction in that. But how many likes did you get? And then I would ask, or I would at least say that when I used to do it, I never felt better doing that. Because, then someone would make a comment and it wouldn't agree with mine, and then I get all wrapped around the axle. And I'd worry about whatever I posted after I posted it. And it didn't do any good. It just made me more stressed out. So I guess my main point is, I'm like, not only is it not being effective, depending on your purpose. Are you trying to get people on your side? That didn't work, right? Are you trying to, is it some kind of release for yourself? I would argue for most people that hasn't worked. I think it's only worked to make you more stressed out. I think it's only poisoning yourself more. Again, I'm talking about from experience. I'm looking at the wrong dot. There's a green dot I gotta look at. Try to look at you now. I want to look over here. Why? Some of us want to look over here, but we need to look over here. There, end of story. So I challenge you to think about what you're posting. Is it doing any good? And then maybe even further, don't you think maybe it's doing harm? And if you're honest with yourself, as I have tried to be with myself, I would say yes, it is. I think that and what my point has been for a while now is that I have contributed to this escalation cycle in the past. Um, and I think we need to talk about more. We need to talk about reconciliation. Because I don't think any of the being saying I'm right. Here's my facts. I'm right. Look, he said this on December 28th, 1862. You know, all that stuff. Do you think you've actually convinced someone because you were right, or are you trying to convince yourself? Maybe. I don't know. I would argue you're not convincing anyone else. It's just stirring the pot. It's stirring people up. It's contributing to an escalation cycle that has led to the murder of Charlie Kirk. And if you're like, oh, sorry, not sorry about Charlie Kirk, well, then think about Melissa Horton, the Democratic House Speaker in Minnesota. People are dying on both sides, and they're dying because of right and left activists. Not in all cases, but assassinations are growing, and we seem to be okay with it. And we seem to not know or want to take responsibility for our contribution to it. And I would argue that the need for us to be right is contributing to the escalation spiral. And it's not effective. It's only poisoning things. So, I mean, what else is there? What, should I just stop and do nothing? Well, maybe. If all you're doing is posting on Facebook, then yeah, I would stop and do nothing, because you're just doing harm. I mean, do you want this to go? Do you want to be right all the way to civil war? I told you. You know, it's easy to find. It's easy to find, as you probably have criticized whatever the other side is for you. Easy to find ways to prove you're right. That's easy. So is that the train we're on? Hey, we're killing each other now. We're killing each other in the streets, but at least I'm right about this one. Let's escalate it. Hey, but then, so think about the alternative to that. Think about, hey, you know what? These guys, I don't get it. I don't understand it. But you know what? It's America. Let them be them. And I'm going to be me. I believe in freedom. And so I'm going to be me. I'm going to let them be them. And when we are at the coffee shop, I don't have to talk about politics. I can still intermingle with them. I can still go to church with them. I can still go to the bar with them. I don't have to agree with them. How obvious is that? I feel like it's so obvious. Obvious to me now. But, you know, I went through this cycle, guys. I got super charged up when during the 2020 election, when it was rigged, when they say it was rigged. That was, I was like, what? And then I think I was caught off guard. I was like, what? Wait, what is this world now? What world are we living in? I was like, what? How is, he's saying it's rigged. There's no evidence to say that it was rigged in such a way that it would have overwhelmed the results. And now he's calling on his people to riot. Or it not, maybe not saying that specifically, but he's telling his people it was rigged. And the people that believe him. and follow him and kind of, you know, worship him in a way. At least at the time, and maybe still do. But I had a huge problem with that. If I like believed in Trump, if I was on his side and I wasn't, I mean, and I believed him that it was rigged, I would be storming the Capitol too. I thought that was like the peak of irresponsibility and like, I mean, talk about lines in the sand. And then him calling for the 11,782 votes. Did I miss that? 780? 11,780 votes in Georgia. I was done. I was enraged. Enraged. And, you know, I took to Facebook. And shared my outrage. And I'm like, what world are we living in? And I didn't change one mind. There's no way. I didn't change one mind. I think I got one friend to admit that the voting fraud wouldn't have changed the outcome of the election. But as far as everything else, actually, that's pretty good. One out of hundreds of friends on Facebook. So again, you know, and I think I was so outraged because I was also scared. I was like, what is going on? I didn't know this kind of thoughts. I didn't know that the world could be thinking this way, to follow this guy Trump in such a way that it was like spiritual for them. That freaked me out. At one point I called it black alien voodoo weaponry. Anyway, and the way I dealt with it is I posted my outrage. I didn't change one freaking mind. And I'm sure all it started was debates on Facebook. You know, I know you see them. The one post, first it has 3 comments and then it has 190. Because people are debating with their comments. They're debating with their comments. You know, then you think all day. I write your comment and I think all day, oh, I should have said it like that. Should have said it like that. So, I'll go back. And furthermore, that's awful. I wasn't doing myself any favors. I was just down the rage spiral and contributing to it. Again, if you read my Substack, I just posted about this. I confess my sins. I am a contributor to the escalation spiral, and I feel somewhat responsible for where all this stuff has gone to. And now I want to de-escalate it. And so, will this change any minds? I don't know. I think I'm really hoping that more people who feel like me reach out. I want to like connect more with people that think this way. That, hey, the escalation's not working and it's only doing harm and only making it worse. And there's no upside to it. So my point is, there was never an upside to it for me. It made things worse. So why would I keep doing it? I stopped doing it. I mean, I catch myself here and there, but for the most part, stopped doing it. But now I'm really interested in meeting other people. Maybe there's other groups that are interested in de-escalation. And for radical metal, the way we do it is bringing dignity in the discourse, testimony to the table, and by that, we'll get clarity through engagement. We also talk about being invigorated when you're wrong. Why is it invigorating for us in the radical middle to be wrong? because we just added knowledge to our knowledge base. Don't we want to be knowledgeable? Don't we want to add to it? And what's better than adding to the knowledge base? What's better than being wrong? It's invigorating. You learn something new. I tell you what doesn't add to the knowledge base is being right all the time. So with that, I think I'll drop it for today. But I really want to hear from other people who are interested in de-escalation. What's your approach? That's who I want to talk to. I still don't think I'm going to convince anybody who's contributing to the rage spiral we're in. I don't know. Taking my own advice, I don't know if I'm going to be able to convince anybody to stop doing that. Even though it just does themselves harm and does the world harm and there's no upside to it. But I'm real curious about other people and their thoughts on de-escalation. Where are you? I know they're out there. In fact, I think it's the majority of people, and they're just quiet. And that's okay too, but man, I would like to hear from some more people there. All right, you guys have a great Sunday, and remember to keep the comments dignified. All right, bye.